period to which that incident happened, I could not just, accept the fact that he's dead. If I don't hold my heart and begin to fight for my children, then do I know that if anything happened to me now, that my children will automatically become an orphan? And that hits me. And I'll be asking God that why did this happen to me? Why did this happen to me? Why must it be me? I did not do any bad thing in life that I deserve such thing, but it happened.
Fairy tales taught us happily ever after. The modern day couples want the clergy to edit their marital vows to reflect for better, and for richer, Away with the negatives. I would only manifest the positives. Yes, I agree. But life sometimes throws at us what we did not ask of it. Yes, you get richer and richer, but what if all of a sudden the man departs? He embarks on a journey never to return. Did I hear you say God forbid? Yes, but so would Aunty Amaka have said years back, but she didn't even have the chance to say goodbyes. Amaka Itemezie is a mother of 3 and a safety expert that has been so amazing since the time I met her. I never had an idea she was going through a lot. We would be discussing widowhood on this episode of the E.B.U.N show. I am Epolomo. Hi, Aunty Amaka.
Good morning. Oh.
It's okay. You're welcome on the E.B.U.N show. And thank you for giving me your time again to talk about this.
My honor.
Yes, so people, we usually expect the best out of life, right? And even though on wedding day, when we say the vows, we say for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. Is there anything that prepares us for the worst, the death of a loved one?
Not by book. There is a particular process that someone will go through to lose someone. No, there is nothing that prepares someone. When we got married, everybody, both of us had our projection and our aspiration, what we want to achieve, where we want to be as a family. And for every stage, God has been true with us for that 7 years plus that we live together as husband and wife. So nothing prepared me for it. And when it happened, it was a shock that was not real. That's the way I can just describe it. That I at a point I want to. I feel like I am in a dream that I'll wake up to the reality that my husband will still be next to me. Nothing prepared me for it, not even with my children. In fact, I was saying to someone one day that if I know that this kind of incident will happen, I won't have 3 children. I would have the one that I can be able to handle by myself. So this also sums up to the fact that nobody knows that something like this will happen, and it's something that everyone at every point in time should be aware that such situation can happen to anybody. It doesn't mean that you are perfect or
you didn't pray enough,
or that you are not spiritual enough, or you have background issue, or in your lineage. As a matter of fact, in my lineage, nobody has ever lost their husband at this age. So it's not as if that there is a sequence to it that is happening in your family, so nothing prepared me for it. That's just the truth.
Can you take us through the story?
Okay.
How did it happen? You said you've been together for 7.
Yes, we were together for 6 years before we even dated, and eventually,
and married for 8 years.
Going to 8 years.
So it's been 3 years since his passing.
Yes.
So tell us, how did it happen? Was he sick?
No, he was not sick. My husband is a very strong and agile person, very healthy person. So he was not sick. Nothing was happening to him. As a matter of fact, when the autopsy was done and they said he had a very high BP, there was no sign that such a thing was in his system. It was not showing anywhere. So that particular day, it was the end of the school day for the children, and I had a meeting. Normally the routine is that in the morning after the school bus picked the children, my husband's office is not far from me, so we normally use one vehicle. He will drop me in the morning, then he will now go back, go about his own activities. But that particular day, we were late as usual, and the children were late, and the school bus was already, on its way to us then. So he quickly helped in preparing them to school. And then I was busy packing the food and everything. So after the school bus arrived, in the process of taking the children downstairs, the school bus could not start again. So he helped in putting back the school bus in order. And by the time he was through with it, I was already late for work. And then for the fact that I have a 9 o'clock meeting that was supposed to last for 15 minutes. So I now told him that I won't wait for you, that let me just quickly take a public transport and go to work. So that particular day, there was even he said, and I said, okay, that he wants to quickly take care of something that he said I should pick up a 1,000 naira, 1,200 on the table, because I was already late. I did not have any cash to take. So he now said, pick up that money so I can be able to take public transport. So, and I greeted him, and I left. And immediately I left, nothing like that, because it was a Friday. So I got to office, and my meeting was like 15 minutes. After the meeting for 15 minutes, I wanted to take tea. So suddenly I received a call from my brother-in-law. I initially did not want to pick it because I was thinking that he want to disturb me. So, but on the other hand, I just picked it that, why is he calling me this morning, early morning? So I picked it. The brother started screaming that Daddy Dominion has slumped, that I should quickly come. I said, slum, what happened? How? Is he not supposed to be in the office? And I said, no, he just started screaming. I was hearing noises on the background. So I said, okay, take him to the hospital. I said, take him to the hospital. And I said, which hospital? I said, take him to any hospital. In the process, he now said that he doesn't know us. But I said, okay, I have HMO with so hospital. Take him to this hospital. So that was how I quickly, in fact, as I was rushing out of the office, people were asking me, what is the problem? I said, my husband screamed. My boss even had to follow me immediately. So ask someone to follow me immediately so that they can know what the situation is. On getting to the house, they have already taken him to the hospital. I followed suit and went to the hospital. On getting to the hospital, I saw them at the entrance of the hospital trying to administer CPR for him, and I saw I was not start screaming. I came out from the car, started screaming immediately. Why is it still at the entrance of the hospital? That why are they not taking him? They said they are trying to process. I started screaming that we have registered a card here. My husband has a registered card. I started screaming on top of the people that were administering the CPR, that they should take him inside. They should take him inside so that they can put something, In the process, people now start holding me. People took me away because I was already losing it. Really, I called my father-in-law, who now called and said I should go and that he want to pray for him. I should go and hold him. I tried to go there. The nurses and the people did not allow me to come closer again. So by the time we know what was happening, my office people that came with me dragged me and said, that let's go home, that they are taking him to another hospital, that they said they can't handle it there. By then I think he was already dead, but nobody wanted to, tell me the truth, because they saw the way I was already broken down. So when I was finally convinced to go home and go to the other hospital with them, I got home, I started crying. I went to the bathroom, I was praying that, God, please, let this not be real, let this not be real, let this not be real. That whatever it is, give him the opportunity to have a second chance. I kept on praying, I kept on holding on to God. I don't even know the scripture. I don't even know the scripture. I forgot all the scripture. I just kept on saying, God, just hold him, just keep him for this moment, just this moment. And it didn't happen that way, because by the time the pastor, my colleague now informed one of my church members, who now called the pastor, and I saw the pastor in my house about like 2 hours after, I knew that something has happened. I started holding myself. I said, no, it's not true. It's not true, because I don't know how to say it. And then the pastor now broke the news for me, and then I broke down. And then I was saying, no, it's not going to be true. It's not true that When the pastor left, I said, let them take me to where he is. Let me be sure that this thing is real. At the end of everything, we everybody accepted that. Okay, let them take me to the where the body was lying. So they took me to the mortuary. On getting there, I saw him lying there. I did not know that's how dead body looked like. The first shock was that he was so cold, and he was not. I don't even know how to describe it. I started screaming that, why did you do this to me? Because I felt that he was the one that betrayed me. I don't even know how to express my emotion. That why did you do this? Why did you know that you're going to die? I just started having so many things flying all over my head that what is going on? Why did you leave me with 3 children? I was just screaming. I did not know how to express my emotion because people were holding me. I suddenly felt rushed. I suddenly felt like pooping. I suddenly felt like weeing, a whole lot of things. People did not even understand what was going on with me. I started screaming, and people that took me. My boss that said that they cannot leave me in that situation. They now took me to their house, and I saw him swollen. I saw his whole body changed within 2 hours. So that thing cannot leave it cannot leave my brain. And for the couple of days that follows that particular day, I kept on trying to push that particular image away from me, that cannot be my husband. Even the day he was laid to rest, I kept on saying that this man is going to wake up. He's going to wake up, he will suddenly wake up. Yes, our marriage is not perfect, but nobody wants to lose someone that you have been living with, somebody that has given you 3 children, somebody that you plan everything, somebody that does everything for you. It was when my husband died that I realized that I don't even know how to pump water. The DSTV subscription, I don't even know the password, username and password. I had to start, calling them to tell them that I need to change the password. My children could not watch television after that. So many things that happened that I don't know how to do. And I really find it difficult to adjust immediately.
It couldn't have been easy.
People do not understand. The people say, be strong, be strong, and that you have to try adjust yourself to things. It's not easy to adjust yourself to things. Even your parent that you live together, that you live together with, it's not as easy as you say, okay, you are migrating to marrying someone, and when you get to the person, it's not easy for you to leave your parent, not to come and talk of someone that you have children together with, And I could not just fathom that incident happened. So it was not easy.
How has life been from that point?
Like I said, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Having to be the one to make decisions concerning your children, concerning everything that has to do with our life, our feeding, the schools, the accommodation. I mean, the 1 year after my husband died, they gave us a quick notice in my house that we have to leave. I had to start thinking about how to, when we moved from one apartment to another, I never even know how my husband got the house. I never even know how. All I just need, I've gotten somewhere, come and go and confirm and see it if it's okay. So how he got the agent to get the apartment, I don't know. So when this thing happened that we were being evicted, I had to start asking people, how am I going to do if started looking for house, hunting for house by myself, with the children and everything. So it's not easy. It's not easy. It has not been easy, and I know that it's only that I have made up my mind that I will have to fight each day as it comes. Because if I think about it, I usually find myself breaking down.
Before you got to this point, the last time you were talking to me about what the turning point was, because you told me you were losing it. You can let us have an insight into that. And what was that turning point? What happened that got you back on your feet? Okay,
so several things happened when my husband died. A whole lot of people are coming, consoling you as if they know that, okay, after some while you adjust. So it was not easy for me. I lost it totally. people would think that, okay, that she will smile, that she will be okay, but inside me, I'm already, losing it. Sometimes I will lose consciousness of what is happening. I will not remember anything. At a point, I even went to market. I got to Acme Junction, the background junction. The lights, there was a traffic light and the light was showing green. I forgot totally. I had already started crying inside the car, to the extent that the police then came and said, "Madam, what is going on?" And they saw that I was shaking, visibly in the car. The policeman then said, "Calm down, madam, let me help you. Where are you going?" So I said, "Allen." So the man now helped me, drove me. Fortunately for me, the police know how to drive and drove me to the house and helped me. When we got to the compound, the people that are in my compound, I said, I now told them, "Please help me call my mom." My mom was upstairs. She came down, saw me. So she thanked the police man that drove me back. And these are the things that I went through that process. So one day, during that whole that's
period,
like the period to which that incident happened, I could not just accept the fact that he's dead. So the emotion was so strong that I forget things easily. I scream at any point in time. Sometimes I will not eat. I will not be able to eat. I will look like I'm not hungry, and everybody will be forcing me eat. I will not eat. So this particular day, there was this person that normally supply water for us. He came and he called me on the phone. I said, "I'm coming." And for 30 minutes, I didn't go downstairs. And the man kept on coming. I said, "I'm coming." I said, "I'm coming." He said, "Are you home?" I said, "I'm home." Then eventually, the man now called again. I said, "I'm coming." And I forgot my phone upstairs again. I came downstairs. Someone that I know, for a long time that had been delivering water. I passed the man and I didn't know that I was passing him to show that I was not really myself. The man now dragged me forcefully and said, "Madam, what is going on? Can you, hold your heart?" He kept on saying, "Madam, please hold your heart. That whatever it is that God will, see you through it. That can I just give you one advice?" And I said, "No problems." I started crying. The man now hold me and said, "Please don't cry. That he cannot even imagine what I was going through. But I should know one thing, that if I don't hold my heart and begin to fight for my children, then do I know that if anything happened to me now, that my children would automatically become an orphan?" And that hit me. It might not be the normal way people agree, but immediately the man said that my children will automatically become an orphan. That was it's like a turning point for me. And I just it's true. The man now told me again that if no matter how much your parent or your sister or people that are close to you love you, nobody can take care of your children like you do. That the fact that your husband is not here, that it's up to me to start fighting and start taking care of these children, that I will make it, that I will survive. And that was it. And I went back and I took delivery of the water. I went upstairs and I told my nanny that I want to eat. For the first time, she was shocked, and they quickly went to go and do prepare something quickly for me, and I ate. And I took my Bible and I started reading from Psalm. I started, going through the normal routine I do every day. Started making up my mind that I'm going to start fighting this. The next thing I did was to try to communicate to my son, who was a little bit older.
Because yes, I was going to ask you, have you been able to tell your children?
Yeah. So I had to call them. I called both David and Dominion. That's okay. This is it. That your daddy.
The first and the second.
The first and the second. That your daddy is no longer in the world now. That he has gone to be with God. And they say, "Why? What happened?" Dominion asked what happened. I said that he was sick and the doctor could not help. So he now said, "Okay, so when are we going to see him?" That's my second son asking that question. I said, "When we all die, that we'll see him again, that he has been to God." That's when will we die? I said, "No, we are not dying now." As a child, these are the things that they ask that you don't even know how to, deal with. But at a point, every time they ask that question, I go inside and still cry. I still, reminisce the whole thing. My dad is still alive. I could imagine my children not having their dad. I know the way they play. In fact, the night before my husband died, they were even disturbing me on the bed and they were playing with their dad. Rough play, as in all those rough play that children play with their dad. So I started thinking that these children will not be able to do this again. So it broke my heart over again, but I had made up my mind then that I will need to continue to fight and be courageous as the day comes. So,
but the baby, have you been able to? Does she know?
Yes, she knows, for the fact that she was the one that was around when that incident happened. I know that people normally say that they will not remember, but I think my daughter remembering that incident, because sometimes she starts asking that where is my daddy, has not come back from the hospital. Maybe seeing the dad, hitting his head on the table and blood all over the place. She felt that they must have taken the dad somewhere. So she'll be asking that when is my dad coming back from the hospital. I will not try and say that your dad is not coming back again. So at a point in the school, she started telling people that the dad went to heaven. And the teacher will now have to call me that what's going on. So I had to, give them that information that her dad is no longer alive and this is the situation. And sometimes it affects her. Sometimes when people come to visit their children, their dad will come and pick them. So my daughter will always feel that. Another thing that also happened is that when she see people that their dad come, she might just go and hug them, And these are the things that make it hard, for the process for me. It's really hard because when I see this, I go home back again. I won't be able to sleep. I won't be able to contain the whole emotion, And I'll be asking God that why did this happen to me? Why did this happen to me? Why must it be me? I did not do any bad thing in life that I deserve such thing, But it happened, and I have to face it every day. I have to be courageous and, fight every day as if that's my last day. And because that's the only thing I can do. I can only face the situation as it's coming. I can't just be able to say, okay, this is how I'm going to survive this whole process. Because people say that with time you are going to forget. I've not forgotten. I've not forgotten anything. Not even sometimes when I get home, I will. If something happened that relate to when he was alive, it take me back to the whole thing. So anybody that is telling me that I forget, I'm not sure that will happen to me.
It's not possible.
So I just somehow have the courage to fight every day.
Live each day as it comes.
And the only way I can do that is to, the support system I have, to keep myself immersed in the Word of God, go to church, hear the Word of God, encourage myself in the things that I feel that can inspire me every day. So that's the only way I've been able to go through this process.
Honestly, you've answered my last question, and that is, what have you done so far? Like you said, you do not have the answer as to how the whole thing will span out, how you live the whole of your life, but at least you have an answer for each day.
Yeah.
Immerse yourself in the Word of God, and whatever works for you. If you're a Christian, you've heard it. If you're a Muslim, just find support. Yeah. And I think it has helped I lost my mom. I think it helps to express yourself.
Yes.
People come and say all sort of things, be strong.
Yeah.
And you see, we all already know by now that the best of people that you see is the first week and second week. All those promises have gone to the wind. I'm sure that happened a lot too.
And people also presume that the fact that you are the woman that you can easily forget and pick up your life and probably start dating people or probably start living your life.
They've not asked you when you want to remarry?
No.
Do you even intend to remarry?
I'm not sure that has even crossed my mind.
Exactly.
The fact that my husband was someone that I really love with my whole heart, and someone that I was committed that we are going to live this life together. I have not to say that maybe anybody can think whatever they want, but I have not really feel attracted to another man. after the incident. And I don't know whether I'm normal or I'm not normal, but I'm this kind of person that during my single days, I only date one man at a time. So when this incident happened, to cope with it, not to even come and start thinking about, so when people ask you, are you going to my side? I don't know if I want to go back, go through this process again of, meeting people. I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but right now, I'm just, taking it a step at a time, facing the future. The first thing for me is for that my children survive, and that myself also, go through this process to see them to a point where they will not be afraid. Again. So,
thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your life with us, your loss with us, and I pray that whatever will make the journey easier, it will be revealed to you. The courage to continue going. Matter of fact, I did not know. When I met you, I didn't even know that for you to say that you've done a good job, right? You've done a good job thus far. If you didn't open up, we wouldn't have known that you've been through this much. It still doesn't mean that you shouldn't open up when need be, right? But I'm just telling you that you might want to rate yourself low. It's okay to cry. It's okay to go inside to cry. But I think you've done a good job with your children, with yourself thus far, and thank you. That will be it. You're getting me emotional too. Thank you so much for the time. That will be it on the E.B.U.N show. You've lost someone before. You're not the only one in it. And just take each day as it comes. Do not burden yourself with what will the next 5 years be.
Yes.
It might put you under pressure because you really don't know, right? So just take each day as it comes. And I pray that you find the strength to carry on. Thank you for your time, Aunty Amaka. And that will be it on the E.B.U.N show for today. Please subscribe, like, and share. And if there is anyone you know needs to see this, you can send the link to them via, and it will say Yawomi, and the way children are innocent, and you would jump, and it would always love to put me on his laps. But at some point, I started noticing something quite awkward. And then, you play, they will chase you, they'll collect something from you, and then you want to collect it back, and they were always going to the back of the house, the backyard. But that buyer just came and collected it and was running. Usually I would run. Of course, I ran. And then it was pulling my pants. And I'm like, why would you pull my pants? Even the sister just told me and brought out her breast and was asking me to suck from her breast. Your 6-year-old already is aware. Because guess what? When they want to talk about those things, they hush it. Even if they don't get it from your house, they discuss in school. He just said, everyone, please help me out of the office. And the next thing was, he just held on to my breast. And I was like, what happened? Like, the shock at first, like, what? Where were we? How did we get here? The very first person that kissed me on the lip was a pastor. It was the pastor who sent my dad to me because there was no phone, like, tell your daughter to come. So I got to the house, the wife wasn't around. How do you go to your dad and say, the pastor he respects kissed you on the lip?